Okay, today I have for you Dale's Pale Ale versus Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. Now, Dale's Pale Ale is not an IPA, it's an American Pale Ale. It's got an ABV of 6.5, and I don't know what his beer advocate score is. But I would have preferred to have gotten an IPA for my bracket, but honestly, the liquor store that I go to, there's two of them near where I live, and neither one of them have a very good selection of beer. Good head on there. I might give it away. Now, I wanted to get Dogfish Head 75-minute because that 7.5% alcohol, it would be a closer IPA to High and the others that I've been trying that are all higher than 6% most of them. So there's a clear difference in color between the two. Dale's Pale Ale, as you can see, is definitely darker and more foamy. I don't know what the beer advocate score of either of these are. I'll have to look that up later on. The 60-minute IPA from Dogfish Head, which is out of Delaware, I believe. Could be wrong. But it's 6%. And 75 would be 7.5%. And the 90 is an Imperial, and I'll have to compare the 90 to the Imperial IPAs that I did before. And that's 9%. So, how is this American Pale Ale going to stack up against these IPAs that I've been doing? Yeah. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to definitely know which one is which. Well, let's just try to do this without sticking my lip in the foam too much. And I certainly am going to have to keep my eyes closed because I'll be able to tell the difference of the darker one. All right, now. A lot of foam there, and that's probably Dale's. It's good. I like it. Not as much foam. I am guessing this is Dogfish Head. I might as well open my eyes. I was right. So, neither one of these taste all that citrusy, but they do both have a nice flavor to it. A little malty. And a little hoppy, but not citrusy hop type of hops. That one had a kind of a weak taste to it. It really didn't get much flavor in that particular taste, which is odd. Got some bitterness on the end too. This one, I mean, these are very close in flavor, very. But this one seemed to be a bit weaker than this one. It's a very smooth beer. Now I would prefer it have a little bit more flavor to it, a little stronger tasting, but it's fine the way it is. It really is. I could probably drink several of these without getting sick of them, I think. And, you know, I'm feeling the bitterness in my mouth, in the back of my mouth right now. And I think there does seem to be a bit of hoppiness in there, but it's not pronounced like a lot of the other IPAs. I don't know if this is an American IPA or an English IPA or West Coast. You know, they have all these different subclassifications of IPA, and I'm not all familiar with all of them. And American Pale Ale, well, the only thing that I would have to assume about an American Pale Ale is that they didn't hop it up to preserve it for a long trip to India. So it's just a pale ale that's, I guess you could say, made with American hops, but not hopped up extensively for preservation purposes, which is what the Indian pale ales supposedly are and how they came about. Yeah, this one's definitely has a bit more flavor than this one, although whether I like that flavor, I mean, it was good at first, but as I said in another video, it's after you drink several drinks, you know, a couple of glasses, a couple of cans or whatever, that you can really start appreciating what it is or disliking what it is. I mean, I liked the Dale's Pale Ale at first, but now after some drinks, I'm kind of thinking, you know, I wouldn't want to drink another can of this, at least not right now. Whereas this, I think I probably could, but you know, I don't want to speak too soon. Because, you know, I think maybe there's just something about this that, you know, kind of rubs my palate the wrong way. Now it's actually tasting kind of watery. And that's weird. You know, I really can't explain how the flavors change from a few sips to the next. Boy, having to choose one. If I want another one of these, which one would I want? This one. This one changed it. The first sip on this one was bellissimo. It was great. Now, it tastes kind of watery. Bitterness, not that great. But this one, staying pretty much the same. It too, and I think I've had better IPAs, but we'll have to see how this one does when it goes up against something else. But yeah, I could drink more of these. And this one, I don't want to drink anymore. But maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe mingling these two together is kind of affecting my palate. So who really knows? You know, what I've found in the past is I'll do these things side by side. I'll pick one beer that I ultimately didn't like in the long run, like Red Stripe. How many rounds did Red Stripe win in my bracket? It lost the first one and then like won the 2 or 3 more after that. I couldn't believe it. But then, you know, after that bracket was over and I had a 6-pack of Red Stripe in my refrigerator and I drank it, I was done with it after the first remaining beer, and I really didn't want to drink the rest, but I couldn't let it go to waste, so I had to drink it anyway. So I'm going to give this one a Dogfish head.